Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I have my exciting annual unboxing of my planner video for you. So if you want to check out what planner I got for 2021, definitely keep on watching. For those of you who might be new here, thanks so much for joining me. I'm a full-time working mom, but in my spare time I really love making these videos on fashion, beauty, mommy lifestyle, in addition to my reselling experience as well. So if that kind of thing sounded all interesting to you, definitely check out my other videos linked down below, and please also consider subscribing. It'll really help me out as well. Okay, so for today, I'm super excited to share with you the new planner I just got in the mail. And I did a similar video to this last year, which I will link down below. And in that video, I was transitioning from my previous Mini Happy Planner into my Erin Condren Life Planner. And I was curious to see how this new Life Planner would work for me in 2020. So I will share with you a little bit about what I thought about the 2020 planner and let you know what I decided to select for 2021. I am also going to go ahead and share with you a little bit of a flip through of my new calendar or planner as well, just in case you're curious to see kind of how the setup is. And I'll let you know my full thoughts about the planner and a review of it in case you're interested in purchasing it for yourself as well. Just to let you know, this video is in no way sponsored by anybody. This is just my personal opinions on the planners that I purchased on my own, so I'm really unbiased in that way. So hopefully that helps you out as well as I kind of tell you about my thoughts. So as I just mentioned, the planner I'm currently using for 2020, and man, as a side note, 2020 has been an amazingly rough year for all of us, I know. So I'm so happy and excited to get a fresh 2021 planner, and let me just say that. But for 2020 at least, I was using the Erin Condren Life Planner. And here it is. This is the one that I currently have. So it's relatively large, as you can see here. I think it's just their classic Life Planner size. I chose the cover with this floral print, which is just gorgeous, as you can see. It has the spiral binding here, and I've been really happy with this planner. Overall, I will say that the main con is that it's relatively large, right? So in terms of the size reference, it's about a little smaller than a size of paper. So here's a typical size of paper. So that's the size reference comparison there. So overall, it's relatively large. This will not fit in your mini bags, crossbody bags, or small backpacks, but it does fit in my work tote bag, and that's really what I use it for. What I tend to do is I keep this at home kind of as my home-based planner for my entire family, and I lug it around with me to work every day because I do use it at work, but then when I come home, I just bring it back. So I don't take it out on the weekends and I'm out with the family or anything like that. I mean, I just don't need to lug this around during that time. So it actually works out pretty well for me. But that's, I think, one of the major cons. Other than that, I've been super happy with this particular planner. I think that it's amazing quality. I've had no problems with the binding or tearing of pages. The paper quality is excellent. But the main thing I love is just how much space there is to organize things. And I will take you through a flip through in a minute. But overall, there's just so much more space, which is why I wanted to upgrade to a little larger heavy-duty planner. As you may know if you're watching my channel, I have 4 children. So with my husband and I, there are 6 of us in our family, and I do all the planning for everybody. My husband just kind of tells me items that he needs to put in here, and I put them in. So I kind of am the control base for everybody in our family. So I need a lot of space to write things down in. To be quite honest, this planner is relatively empty, though. It's really sad because after the pandemic hit, a lot of our activities kind of got cut out. All of our plans in terms of holidays and vacations, unfortunately, got X'd out. So it's a lot more empty than I would like this year for many reasons. But overall, if I needed to fill it up, I could fill up a lot more, and there's a lot of space to doodle and write things as well. So I really like that about it. So overall, I can't see enough good things about this planner. I've really enjoyed working with this, and I'm super excited to open a new one as well for 2021. Whether or not you really have to pay this much for this kind of planner, though, not so sure, right? To be honest, I think that it's excellent quality. I've been very happy with this so far, but in terms of price points, it's a lot higher than a lot of other similar planners. So to be honest, I bet you could find a similar type of organizational planner with the same size and the same amount of space in there at somewhere like Target or Walmart, something like that. That used to be where I got my planners, of course, and really that probably would do the trick. But for me, I just love this. It's a little bit of a splurge, but I personally think it's worth it. Overall, though, I do not use any other planners. I also do not use my iPhone as a planner. I do have the iPhone calendar on there, of course, because when people send you email messages and reminders for meetings that you have, they automatically get populated into that. So I do use that for that sense, but I write everything that goes into there automatically into this particular planner. So I do not personally enter any items into my iPhone planner. I only use this, and that actually works for me. To be honest, people that say that they use both an electronic planner or their phone phone planner plus a hard copy planner, to me, kudos to them, because I don't know how you could do that. That's just so much extra work back and forth, in my opinion, to kind of check both things and have to copy one thing from another. So overall, I just stick to one planner and it really works for me. The only scary thing though, of course, is that if I lose this, man, my life would probably fall apart. So please, like, do not lose this type of calendar if this is all you use. So I'm really paranoid about making sure I have it with me. That's the only scary thing, but other than that, this does the trick for me and my family. So I'm super happy about this 2020 planner, and let me show you what I got for 2021. So it'll be a little bit boring because I will let you know, spoiler alert, that I got the same planner in the new version. So it came in this Erin Condren box, and it has a little tag here. And I'm just gonna unbox it here. So here's what it came like, pretty simple. And then here is the planner. Okay, so my particular pack-up came with some markers as well, as I'll show you. All right, so this is so exciting. Anytime you get a new planner, it feels like a fresh start, right? It's a fresh start to a new year. So especially in 2020, I just cannot look forward to 2021. To be honest, I'm a little nervous that it's still gonna be kind of a rough year. Who knows where this virus is gonna go, if the vaccines are gonna work, or if the virus is gonna mutate and we're gonna need another vaccine. You know, it's really hard to say. There's a lot of uncertainty, but it's always awesome to look forward to something new. So this planner kind of helps you do that, right? So I'm really excited to bust into this one. Okay, so this particular setup came with some extra covers, so happy about that. I love this. Look at that geometric print. So I actually may pick this one over the one I'll show you in a minute, because I actually love this pop of color, bright, bold, vibrant colors. So an extra cover set. And here's the cover it actually came with. Actually, this is also pretty too. This is a wave print, and it's in a neutral colorway. So I do like this too. So I don't know, maybe I'll start off with this and switch over if I get bored. But this is a really beautiful neutral print. I do love the floral print that I had too. So these colors of covers for me are really, really pretty. Okay, so now I'm going to change the camera a bit and hold the camera up and do a little bit of a flip through for you, so you can kind of see the different features of this particular planner. I will also share with you a little bit of how these markers perform as well, and kind of share with you some examples of that. So once I'm done with the flip through, I will come back here and let you know my initial thoughts on this particular planner. Okay, so here's the planner now, and I'm just holding the camera because I want to take you through a really brief flip through and show you the layout of this planner. So as I mentioned earlier, this particular ruler here is attached, and it is detachable, and I believe you can use it as a bookmark, but I really don't do that. It's kind of cumbersome to have to do that on a day-to-day as a bookmark, but I do leave it in the planner if needed. Then this beautiful wave design cover. As you can see here, this is kind of like laminated, so you can use any kind of wipeable marker if you want in there, or put sticky notes on it. And here's a little flyer that came with this with some extra little cards. And here is what the cover looks like. Of course, it says Life Planner, and it's for 2021. It's a vertical layout planner. There's a little piece of this beautiful kind of vellum paper. And then here's some really nice title pages here. Have courage to start. It's always nice. And enough heart to finish. It's really nice. I think those sentiments are really important, especially in the period we're dealing with now. The next page is a full calendar layout here in terms of the dates that you have through December 2021. And then the next page actually is an area that I think you can put your goals down for. So I use this kind of as checklist paper, or even video ideas, things like that I'll put down here. It's kind of nice to have the extra space here. There's an extra blank sheet of paper here, and then it goes into January 2021. So there's a tab here, of course. And then when you go into January, the first layout here is the monthly layout. So I love the monthly layout because the month at a glance is what I absolutely like seeing. And that's one thing I definitely miss on my iPhone camera, for instance, where you aren't able to at one glance look at all the items month by month. But in this case, I do write down daily items on here that are not our typical ones. So the recurring activities like dance practice, soccer practice, things like that, I don't write in this particular section just because there would be too much stuff on there then. But what I do is for any unusual things like special occasions, vacations, things like that, they all go in this month at a glance calendar. And I think that's really handy to kind of give it a better idea of what you're doing on a month-by-month basis. So I love this particular section. On the right here, you have the section for extra notes too. So I use that as a little checklist area. So for that given month, if I have anything that I need to get done, I put that on there and put a little box next to it so I can check it off when I'm done. So I'd like to use that as a month at a glance kind of reminder sheet. And then there's some extra blank paper, and that's what I love. There's just a lot of blank paper thrown in everywhere, which is really nice. And then you have your little dashboard here. So it has a couple of boxes. You can kind of customize it, as you can see, however you see fit. So one of the boxes I use for financial things, so things that I'm waiting for reimbursements for, things that I've done that I need to get in terms of financial reimbursements for, I put in there to remind myself. And other than that, I put one section for birthdays. And this year I noticed it doesn't actually mark it as birthdays. I think in the past years I did mark an actual birthday section, but I will use one of those boxes, I think, for special events or birthday reminders. And then the rest of it, you know, you can do whatever you want with, just for extra notes, extra sections for reminders, things like that is really handy. And then you just go into your weekly layouts. And again, this is a vertical layout, as was mentioned. So my previous calendars, including my previous mini happy planner, I had a horizontal layout, and I was really accustomed to using that type of style. So going to the vertical layout this current year on this planner was kind of challenging for me at first, but now I really like it because, again, I just think there's more space, and I really like how I can break up the day into 3 parts. So the beginning block here I just use for my morning activities. Any activities after lunch I keep here, and any evening activities I keep here. So it kind of forces me to space things out during the day a little bit. And again, at the bottom here, there's a few extra lines. So I use that as my checklist. You can tell I love checklists. So I put a little box, and then I put down anything that I need to get done for that day in particular. I will do that. So that's kind of how I lay out my week, and it works really well for me. I think there's a lot of space here to write what you need, in fact more than you need. And yeah, it's been really working out nicely for my family. So it just goes through week by week, really nice layout here. And then the next month we'll just do the same thing. So we go into February, and of course I forgot to show you this inspirational quote here it has, and then it goes into the month, and then it'll go into weeks after that. And you know, it's the same thing month by month. And all these inspirational quotes I think are really special month by month. And then I'll just flip to the end just to share with you guys kind of what's in the back. Those are always some fun things in the back as usual. So first there's a note section here. As you can see here, there's some pieces of note paper. There's about 6 pages of notes paper, I'll say. So that's pretty good. I think last year they didn't have as many pages of note paper, so I do like that about this. They also have, looks like a little contact section, which to be honest, I don't use at all. The iPhone is definitely something that I use for contacts. I don't use it for calendars, like I said, but for contacts, the iPhone, you just can't beat, I think. So I don't use this at all, but I guess you could use that if you still needed to. And then here you have the 2022 kind of year at a glance. It's not a lot of space, so it's not a full calendar, of course, but what I use this for is, as I'm transitioning into the new year, I will keep this current calendar for 2021, but let's say I want to schedule something for the next year in 2022, I'll just write that down here so that I can transfer anything in 2022 into my new 2022 calendar that I purchase next year. So I will use this for that kind of purpose, but it's really nice to have that option. And then my favorite part probably of any planner is that it comes with stickers. So these are the examples of the stickers that come this year. So really nice, kind of functional. You kind of little flags and tags that you can use however you want. But I really love this blushy and kind of muted colorway. And there are more here. So there are more kind of flag stickers that you can use for planning, which I think is really nice. And then these are some fun happy birthday stickers, as you can see here, some party stickers. And then there's some extra flags here that you can use. So that's a nice variety of stickers. And my most used part of the planner probably is this little pocket section. So I love having a little folder here. I keep receipts in here. I keep little reminders, you know, things that I need to do. If I get a little summary after I take my kids to the doctor, I'll just put it in here so I can take it home. You know, things like that. It's nice to have a little folder like this to put loose papers in. And I think this is just another, let's see, it looks like it's a perpetual calendar. Oh, looks like this is another calendar option you can use. I don't know if I'll use this. Maybe I should try this year. But it looks like it's really not dated, so you can use it whatever year you want, and it just has every date. So, you know, I think this would be nice for kind of a little journal, or maybe to put kind of one thought down every single day of the month. That would be kind of cool to use this for. So we'll see what I decide to do with this, but I think it's a really nice addition. And then here's the back cover here, that's just plain. And then here's the back cover here. So really nice kind of layout, a vertical style again, which I think is really handy and useful. So now I wanted to quickly share with you how these markers look. So as part of the pack up that I got, I did get these markers thrown in there. So as you can see here, it's this dual-ended colorful markers by Erin Condren. And, you know, I really don't think you need to splurge on these markers. I think you can get also good quality markers elsewhere. But these are really great because I think they're great quality. They last a really long time. I did get these last year as well. And they don't bleed through paper, so they're really convenient to use. So these are the two ends I'll show you here. So as you can see, there's one that's a little bit of a thicker end and one that's thinner. To be honest, I just really use this thinner end mostly because the thicker end is a little thick to write in the planner, in my opinion, unless you're drawing or something, because you know, it takes up kind of a lot of space when you write with it. So I love this thinner end. So in my opinion, I don't really need the thicker end, although it's nice to have that option, I guess. So let me show you briefly how this looks. So I'm not left-handed, but I will go ahead and try to write here. So this is how you can doodle with this side. That's the thicker side. And then the thinner side looks like this. So those are the differences in terms of how they look, thick versus thin. Not a huge difference. To be honest, a thick marker, you definitely could get away with using more regularly in your planners, but you know, I just tend to favor the thinner side for the reasons I mentioned. It's just a little more easy to use and takes up less space when you're writing. And these markers don't bleed on paper either, which is super nice. So as you can see here, there's really no bleed through. There's a little bit you can see there on the back side, but it doesn't bleed through, I would say, which is nice. So yeah, these are great quality markers. They've lasted a long time. Mine have not dried out yet, despite the fact that I've used it essentially the whole year. So it's really nice to keep these kind of markers handy. So there you have it. Those are my initial impressions of this Erin Condren Life Planner for 2021. Again, as I said in the beginning of this video, I really have fallen in love with this planner. I love this particular setup. I've gotten used to the vertical layout as well, which I'm really, really liking. So I would definitely consider this planner if you haven't checked this out so far, especially if you have a lot of things to plan. There's just a lot of really nice space. It's really flexible in terms of how you want to work with the layout. So I've just really, really loved this for planning all of my family's needs. And again, we're a family of 6, and all of our stuff can fit into one single planner. So if you like Erin Condren or any particular planners that you think would work really well for me, definitely leave them in the comments down below. I'm always interested in checking new things out as well. Otherwise, thank you so much for watching this video. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button if you haven't done so already. I'd really appreciate it. And I hope you're staying safe and healthy with your family. I will see you again in my next video. Take care. Bye.